All right, boys, it's time. The vspec is about to leave the old shop. We were in this place for 3 years, and this is the final car to leave. We've got a lot of shit to move, but we got this place for a while, so we'll take it day by day. We're not in a crazy rush. Gotta move my lift still. Tons of bins, engines and trannies and vapor blasters and all kinds of shit, but I can't wait to see this place empty again. Just bare. It's gonna look crazy. Anyway, we drove down here to get the vspec. We got our flatbed and we are going to bring it back. I'm gonna give it a wash and get it in my bay. All right, the vspec made it. No issues. The flatbed worked out beautifully. Got Kane's 34 here and just a bunch of cars we've been setting up. The shop, we got the vapor blaster here. Bunch of other shit. However, this is what I'm most excited about. We'll be pushing this over to my area, putting it on a rotisserie, stripping the rest of it down. Mauricio's here painting base. He will be back to paint my car, and we are going to start the rebuild of the R32 GTR vspec, which I'm just so stoked on to have this car back. This is me, this car is me, and I need it. I yearn for it. So here it is. We're just gonna push it over to the other shop later on today. TJ's working on Lee's 32. Mauricio is getting ready to paint Billy's engine bay, which I think I can go in there. Let's find out. Yo, look at you.
What up?
You ready to paint?
I already sealed it.
You did?
Yeah.
Can I go in there or no?
Yeah, just don't get too close to it.
Okay. Oh my God. This is so sick. Billy, if you're watching, your engine bay's been sealed. We weren't gonna paint this. It's so hard to open that door. We weren't gonna paint this bay. He just was like, it's whatever. But as soon as I started taking stuff off, we saw we had to do it. We couldn't send it without painting it. So anyway, that should be done today. Then we start on Lee's, and then we can start reassembling these cars. And can we just talk about how good the Supra looks just chilling here? If you watched the last video, we bought one of the rarest Nismo cars in existence, the Nismo 270R. It's just an S14 with a bunch of bullshit stuck onto it. But it was missing a ton of stuff. And if you watched my video when I went to Craft Sport, I kind of talked shit about it. And everyone's like, oh, he took shit so you get the car cheaper. Paid exactly what they were asking then and now because the car's worth it. There's 30 of them. I don't know how many are left. I know I've seen them crashed. I've seen them parted out. I would guesstimate there to be sub 15, but who the fuck knows? Anyway, the car was missing some pieces and I had to go on a hunt. So the day I left Craft Sport, I started hunting and I started acquiring stuff. What's on this table is, we'll call it the easy stuff. So the first thing everyone noticed was missing was the door gauge pop. I have the gauge coming from our boy Lucky Labo, shout out. Lucky Labo, but it's an 80 millimeter boost gauge, little faded naturally because it's in the door panel. The second thing missing was the Nismo cluster. Don't know why, don't know if the mileage is accurate. Haven't even run a Car VX on this car, but we got a Nismo cluster from our boy Chris Clark, the dude who bought my S15. And then the master cylinder stopper. I got that on a front clip. I got lucky, I bought a front clip and it came with a master cylinder stopper, and that's here. So the filmer will do some good shots of all that, I'm sure. What I added was the Nismo glove box gauge holder, which don't know if I want to run because it is a bit of gauges, but I'm gonna probably, just because this is a catalog piece. These were catalog pieces. These are the pedals. You guys know I have like infinity sets of those. And then cruising on the internet one night, looking for S15 or S14 stuff and S15 stuff, if I'm being honest. I found something that just totally blew me away. And I'm gonna show you that right now. This box is from UpGarage. UpGarage sells used parts in Japan. If you don't know about UpGarage, you're not really cool. And in this box, you'll notice some bubble wrapping stuff. You might recognize this piece. It's called a muffler. So what I discovered was a brand new, old stock Nismo S14 exhaust. Shown here, part number. This has never been bolted onto a car, never used, and I'm not gonna take that off because I'm gonna slide it right off. If you're familiar with Nismo, the old logo stopped mid-year 97 roughly, somewhere between mid-year 96 and 97. There was some leftover stuff, but it's safe to say this exhaust was last produced sometime in the late 90s. And it's fucking brand new. I have the whole thing, brand new, muffler, mid-pipe. This is the axle back piece, all new. Oops, I just smashed it together, so it's not new anymore, but all new, in amazing condition. This is a holy grail piece for a holy grail car. When I found that, I knew I had to have it for the S14, even though I wanted to put on the S15. It's not so much old logo. They did release that for the S15 though. I think they just had a bunch left over. So that's huge. The only thing that I'm looking for now, and I think I found, is some wheels for this car. These are SSR comps. They're not gonna cut it. They're not Nismo, so that's a problem. They're beat. I like these wheels a lot. I think they look cool on the car, but these aren't the wheels. These aren't the lifers. So now I have the fun task of sourcing all the parts I need for this car to restore it, which is suspension arms. I'm gonna upgrade the brakes. I gotta do wheels. The car is going on a rotisserie. Unfortunately, I can't refinish the seats and stuff. We gotta take the roll bar out. We have to do a lot of stuff. But this is where the fun begins because we have the hard to get pieces. We have the exhaust, the cluster, the master cylinder stopper, the gauge pod. I'd like to refinish the steering wheel. It is a 365B, which means it's 365 millimeters. It has Nismo here, Nismo horn button. Same wheel as the 400R, same wheel as my R32. I'm just gonna refinish the leather because that's the original wheel for this car. And I think if I could, I'd like to refinish what was originally on the car. This is a resto mod with an emphasis on Nismo and keeping it Nismo. It's just like when, I don't even know another company, but like if you were rebuilding a Subaru, you'd put all STI parts on and stuff like that. Like we are going to keep this a Nismo catalog car. The only thing that will be aftermarket is probably the ECU. And that's just so the car's safe and tuned and runs good. So I'm gonna try to get every single piece for this car, Nismo or OEM. Cross your dicks. It's not gonna be easy, but I think in the end, we're gonna have ourselves one of the sickest, probably the sickest S14 in the world. That's the goal, sickest S14 in the world. So anyway, I hope you guys are excited about this project. I don't know when it's gonna start. I'm still in the acquiring parts phase, but I didn't wanna hide this car from you guys. Oh, there is one more aftermarket part I may run on this car, and it's gonna be very visual, but it's kind of a must, and you guys will see that when it shows up. Anyway, I just didn't want to hide this car from you guys. It was all over the internet that it sold. It's weird because the car had been for sale for so long, and I don't know how somebody didn't buy it earlier, but luckily for us, your boy made a move. So we got a bunch of other work to do, but I wanted to get you an update on this, update on those parts, and now I'm gonna pack that exhaust back up, pack all the parts back up, and we're just gonna wait. It's not gonna be long, but we're gonna wait. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here. Pretty much just wanted to keep you guys up to speed on what's going on. And I know everyone wants to know, what's the name of the shop? Who are all these new people? We will get to that in due time. As you know, Mauricio is from Utah. He's painting our base, painting my vspec, he'll be painting stuff. We just don't have time with moving, with some other stuff we have going on to really get into it. But I think next week we'll be back to our normal schedule. We'll have TJ training on the skylines and getting skylines done. We'll have him tear a bunch of them apart. It's the best way to learn. And now that we have 2 mechanics, a paint guy, a filmer, a shop helper, and a fabricator, we should be able to get stuff out quick. And I've got a couple projects in the pipeline that I want to get going. So stay tuned for that. Get excited. Once we're up and running out of this place, things are going to start happening really quickly. But for now, I just want to keep updating you guys with our progress. Next up, finishing this wall, clearing this area out, turning this area into our parts department, getting the lift out, mudding, taping these walls, painting them, and then we get to work on my area, which it's going to be my masterpiece. Anyway, I'm going to end the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Are you going to put music to this?
Yeah.
Okay, don't fucking... Dude, chill.
What?
Okay, so walk to the door. I'll open it as you walk up to it. Don't fucking have me open it early and it's just like ghost town. Okay. Fucking USA, bitch. Look at this fucking pussy.